Today's thrift haul is gonna be freaking huge. Well, this is live, so we have no idea. I'm just walking in, so you'll find out as soon as I find out, but I think it's gonna be huge. So this Goodwill here is in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Come to this Goodwill a lot. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's okay. I'm feeling great today. Hope y'all are feeling great too. Boom, let's get this thing started. Got the IKEA bag today. Here's what we're working on. Got some nice mannequins. Some nice mannequins today. They're all dressed up. They're ready to party. I'm ready to party. You aren't dark for us. This is on YouTube too. It's not live on YouTube, but the recording will be up on YouTube tomorrow. I'll drop it at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, new to this live, what I do is I go to thrift stores, estate sales, garage sales, even clearance sections at retail stores. I buy stuff and I sell it online on places like eBay and Poshmark. So a total of 6 different platforms. We have a community of people here in the chat, live on TikTok. Appreciate y'all being here. Some of you are here for the second live of the day. Appreciate that. Yeah, if you're watching this recording over on YouTube, feel free to drop questions, comments, things that you like to flip down below in the chat. Most of all, let's just have some fun thrifting. Let's find some cool stuff. Find some stuff to resell. Let me know what your favorite brands are down below in the chat. Let's manifest some like really good brands. Let's crush it today. If you missed this morning's live, we announced the launch of Chris at Peak Coffee. Super excited about it. It's our favorite coffee. It's local here to the Asheville area, specifically Black Mountain, North Carolina, here in the mountains. It's our favorite coffee. It's organic. It's fair trade. It's just freaking good. So excited to announce that. It is available. If you click the link up above on TikTok, or if on YouTube, you can go to chrisatpeak.com or click the link down below in the description. It is live. Subscriptions are available too, so you can get Chris at Peak coffee delivered, Peak blend, every single month. Easy cheesy. Coffee at the front door. What better gift is there than coffee? Here's a Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a women's tag, or sorry, a Ralph Lauren Sport, a women's tag here. What is that? It doesn't give me a size. Nice pink colorway. Looks like a size large-ish. I'm gonna throw this one in the cart. I don't do a ton of women's, but I do some. So there it is, Ralph Lauren Sports. Older tag on that. I don't know if I'm comfortable calling that a vintage tag, but an older tag. Oops. Every time I try to touch the screen, this sticker moves. Okay, Judas Priesty, you're funny. You're always on this Judas Priesty thing. Roan, Arc'teryx, cool, Viore. We found Viore last time. I think at this thrift store is where we found it, actually. So that would be cool. I'm in the medium section right now. We'll be a little bit more selective in this section for sure. If I miss something that you know about, I don't know all the things. I know a few of the things, but we're smarter together. So let me know if I miss something, a brand that you know that is good that I just don't know about yet. Every week on these lives, I learn new brands, usually from y'all. Here's a Cabela's. It's a flannel. It's a size large. This isn't home run inventory, but I've sold 3 flannels in the last 2 days, even though it's not flannel season. I think it's flannel season year round, but that's just me. I'm gonna throw that in the cart. Cabela's is sort of a mediocre brand. I don't know, I maybe pick up something like 50% of it. I shoot for bigger sizes, heavier items, flannels, over the lighter items. Sometimes like fishing shirts, stuff like that, like the nylon polyester blend kind of fishing style. Too worn? Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but flannels are kind of, worn isn't necessarily the worst thing on flannels, especially a brand like Cabela's or something. I think that'll sell. That Levi's is trash. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of stains. That was impressive. Side quest complete, yeah. Thanks y'all for joining the team. If you haven't joined the team, there's a button right up there. It looks like a heart, I guess. You click on that thing. It's a new thing on TikTok. New, I guess, engagement thing on TikTok. You click on that, you can join the team. You get little quests and stuff. I don't totally understand it, but It seems like it's kind of cool. I think they just launched that, what, yesterday, day before? I don't know, over the weekend? Recently. It's brand new. Thanks to those of you who joined in the team. We got Reisner on the team. Tish, thank you for the fire. Jessica Carter, thanks for joining the team. Grammy Tammy, thanks for the follow. A lot of interaction down in the chat here. I love it, I love it, I love it. Appreciate y'all. Team Peak, that's right. Team Peak. Uh-oh. So kind of dry first rack, 2 items. It's not terrible, it's not great. All we need is 1 rack to get going. Is this the rack? That shirt's been here for months. It's funny how you remember seeing some of these same things over and over. I just reached stage 0. Check out the color effect. That's the notification I got. I got to stage 0. I don't know what that means. Thank you for joining the team, Flippin' Foresters. Flippin' Foresters has been on Team Peak a long time. I don't care what TikTok says. You've been around a long time supporting me. I appreciate that. That collar is like a little suspect. Is that stained? I can't really tell. I'll have to get that under better light. Ralph Lauren, size large. Blake is a relaxed fit. Pony on the chest. This is mediocre inventory. I may end up passing on it based on condition, but might price this for a quicker flip and get it going. I like bigger sizes in Ralph Lauren, especially just these really basic shirts. Yeah, that's actually stained collar. Sometimes just moving it to underneath a different light just made it a little bit easier to see. Ralph is here from the Netherlands. Ralph, how are you? Do we have any other international folks in the house? Ralph, longtime viewer, longtime friend. Appreciate you being here. I'm not really sure what the team thing is. I think it's a new interactivity thing from TikTok, AWM, but you can check it out. Appreciate it, Flippin' Foresters. Heidi, thanks for the follow. Welcome aboard. Here's another sort of mediocre Ralph Lauren, probably donated by the same person. This collar doesn't seem to have the same issues. Just a darker color, so maybe hides it a little bit better. AWM, you're from South Korea. I don't know when you're joking sometimes, so. They're going to iron that? Absolutely not. If I own an iron, I have no idea where it is. I don't iron anything. List it, sell it, ship it, move on to the next one. If you iron in your business, I respect it. You know, there's a bunch of different ways to do this business. I just don't iron because I don't like it. Another Cabela, size large, flannel, probably donated by the same person as that last Cabela's, so I'm gonna pick this one up. I like the colors on this. I bet you my buddy Trace will like these Cabela shirts. These are his size. He loves the flannels. Here you are. Trace might be watching this on YouTube, the recording. Hi, Trace. Got some flannels for you if you're interested. Appreciate everybody, whether you're watching live here on TikTok or watching the recording on YouTube. Appreciate that too. This recording will be up tomorrow, which is Wednesday, 9:15. I drop them the day after the live thrifts. Live thrifts are always Tuesdays at 1. Friday club. I love the denim collar on this, like, old school looking flannel. I don't think it's worth anything. Reisner's ironing right now. I feel sorry for you, Reisner. Appreciate you being here. Cruisin' Nana's in the house. Welcome, Cruisin' Nana. Thanks everyone for joining the team. 38 team members. If you want to join the team, there's a little heart thing right at the top of the screen. It's TikTok's new thing. As much as you like flannels, I do like flannels. I just don't know anything about that brand. If somebody knows that believe me, I don't need any more flannels in my personal collection. If anyone knows anything about Friday Club, let me know. I do like the denim collar on that too. Friday Club, is that anything? It looks like a vintage shirt, but probably like vintage sometimes just means old. LL Bean turtlenecks. I used to pick these up. They just didn't sell well for me. I no longer pick those up. Here's an LL Bean Henley shirt. I'm gonna pass on that too. It's kind of in rough shape anyway. I pass on most LL Beans at this point. I'm looking for flannels, chamois shirts. Sold 2 LL Bean flannels today, of all things. Had an international sale today. Shipped a heavy LL Bean flannel. Beautiful flannel, by the way, too. I wish it fit me. Shipped that out to Australia. Don't be scared of international shipping. You can do it. I've been doing international shipping for about 4 years now. I ship direct to the customer through pirateship.com. Simple export rate. Google it if you want to check it out. Pirate Ship simple export rate. Couldn't be any easier. Jason's live. You mentioned your peak coffee. I'm here to check it out. Nice, Cindy. Thanks for coming aboard. Yeah, you can just click the link up above if you want to check it out. I'm super psyched about the coffee. It's local here. It's in Black Mountain, North Carolina, which is about 30 minutes door to door from our front door. It's roasted by Dynamite Coffee, which is our favorite coffee. It's a medium blend or a medium roast. It's organic, it's fair trade. And I've priced it the exact same price that it's at all the local grocery stores. They don't carry it at all the local grocery stores, but at the ones they carry it at, it's the same exact price in my bio. Mine's fresher though, because these grocery stores, they order a whole bunch all at once. I'm just gonna do an order every 2 weeks. They're gonna roast it the day before the order. And when your order comes in, I'll ship it out and I'll get more the next 2 weeks. We can share the same coffee over the lives. If you haven't joined a live in the morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern time here on TikTok, I do a live. We ship out orders, we drink coffee, we shoot the breeze, we talk reselling. You can't show up to that live. There's no way that you could show up and not learn. I think that was a double negative, but so I guess proper English. If you show up to that live, you'll learn something. You'll probably crack a smile. You'll meet some other resellers who really know their stuff, just some good people. You hear a positive quote, if I remember it. So a little dry through the first 2 racks. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. We got 4 items, so we're averaging 2 a rack. I'd like to see like 3 or 4 a rack. It's a great place to leave your cart. Thank you for doing that. Just leave it right in the middle like that. Behave, people. Come on, you're in public. So here's what we're working with. We're at the Goodwill. We're in Hendersonville, North Carolina. We're thrifting the resell. We're about to get to the suits ties or the suits and blazers section. It'll be small. I don't even see any on here, but this used to be a lot more suits and blazers. So those will be $10. $4.99 for the shirts. Jeans will be $4.99. We'll get to that aisle soon. Pants will be $4.99. Look at this. Park in your car is wicked hard. Boston, there you go. Do we have any Boston or Massachusetts or New England in the house? I like picking these up. This one's just a little bit worn out. This is a Brooks Brothers Performance Polo. These do better with a pattern like this one instead of solid. It's got the logo on the chest, which is imperative for these. I don't pick them up without the logo. I do like bigger sizes than the large, like XL, 2XL do better. But I would pick this one up if it was just in better conditions. It's got that wear around the collar, so it's usually about a $20 plus shipping item for me anyway, so I don't want to pick up. I'll have to price it down in order to sell that because it's just a little worn. So I don't want to dip down into like the $14, $15 area just to move that. But one could do that and make money. Not Boston, but Western Mass here. I hiked Mount Mansfield once. Is it like that the area Western Mass you're in? Most of my mother's side of the family is all from Worcester, Mass. Shrewsbury, Marlborough, Westboro. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Where else are they from? Framingham, Westboro, Worcester. Oh, am I on the way again? Oh, yeah, I don't know if I can move that for you either. It looks like it's pretty much jammed in there.
Yeah, no problem.
Got yourself a nice find there. That's cool.
Yeah, it's a little expensive, $25, but it's a good value.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
What do you got in mind for it?
In the front porch area, with the plants.
Awesome. That's cool. Nice find.
You can find some nice things here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck shopping.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, we got a Cabela's here. I usually pass on like a Cabela's Henley like this, but I'm curious about this. It's a 2XL tall. So 2XLT. These bigger sizes generally do a lot better. The Henley might just, it's like the big size is a +1, so usually it increases the sell-through rate and usually gets you a couple extra bucks for the item. I just don't know if a Cabela's is worth it. You know, it might be so cheap resale value in general that even the 2XL tall size, which is a great size, that might be not enough to push that borderline item up into the buy category, but we'll throw it in the cart. I'll probably comp it out in a little bit. It's a tuxedo shirt. I picked those up in some brands. Would you pick up a Madison tuxedo? Not me. I don't think, but if somebody argues with me. Anybody sell Saks? I don't pick up Saks Fifth Avenue stuff. Not just like not their store brand stuff, but they do carry stuff that I will resell, but not their store brand. I've passed on the shirt before. I passed on Polo Ralph Lauren that doesn't have the pony on the chest. It just moves really, really slow for me. You could make money off that shirt, especially with that nice gingham pink pattern. I passed on this shirt before too. These just don't sell for me, the stripe pattern. I want the flower pattern. This is cotton also too. I want silk, I want flowers. Other Cabela's here. A lot of Cabela's today. So this isn't flannel, and this is kind of worn out. It is a better size at XL, but it's just a casual button-down cotton shirt. Not a ton of value right there. If this was in crispy condition, I'd pick it up. It's just rough. Kat, appreciate your order on the Peak Blend coffee. Appreciate that. If you're interested in it, you can click my name up above. Go to the website. It's the very top link. Check this out. I don't usually pick up chaps. And I don't know if I'm going to pick this one up or not. We're going to make this decision together. What do y'all think about this chaps? It's got that vertical stripe, kind of 90s vintage vibe going on, a little Chess King kind of vibes. Y'all have that store in your malls, Chess King, Chaps Ralph Lauren. Got the hit on the front. I don't know. What do you think about this? Long sleeve polo, big size XL. 4th of July is coming. Good color. Pass. Thank you for the follow, Teresa. Thanks for the rose, MAGA. Thanks for the follow, N Family. Appreciate the follow. Lakers colors. There you go. Well, if that's the case, we're going to get rid of it. Celtics fan here. Big Game 7 win. Jason Tatum with a 51-piece family meal the other night. Sending Philadelphia packing. No Lakers love in this live. None. Zero. Not one bit. I don't usually pick these up. I might pick this one up. It's like a large, tall. It's not a Travex. It's nothing special. It's super common. I don't know. I might throw it in the cart, price it low, get rid of it. Everything will sell. It's just a matter of, do I want to price it low enough? That's probably like a $15 plus shipping shirt. I don't know. I might change my mind on that. If you're watching the recording on YouTube, you'll see my final decision on that one after I look it over, check it for stains. Give me some time to think about it. Here's another Chaps. This is kind of a rugby style with the white collar and these rubber buttons. So that's a rugby here. Got the I guess the Chaps crest hit on the front. I don't typically pick these up either, but rugby is one of those things that people look for. It's got some cachet right now. I've never sold one of these before in Chaps, but I'm going to throw it in the cart. I'm going to think about that one too. Always love your opinion too. Eddie Bauer sells good when you have lots of 3 or 4. Awesome. It's a great idea to lot up those really common items. Something that has a really low sell-through rate, like an Eddie Bauer button-down shirt. You're probably looking at like a 15% sell-through rate in size large. That's a really slow mover. But if you lot it up, like Nick Smith said, put 3 or 4 of them together, even just 2 of them, you'll look at the sell-through rate of those lots being way, way higher. I wonder too, somebody can do the research, would a lot of 3 Eddie Bauer size large button-down casual shirts, what would be the sell-through rate on a lot of 3? I bet you it's somewhere around 100%. That makes a big difference. That's a Father's Day shirt. I could totally see what you're saying with that. I don't know how to explain it, but I know what you mean. The Pearl Snap, EB, good sellers. The things that I look for in Eddie Bauer are, there's 2 lines that I look for. I look for the Travex, and maybe we'll find one today. So it's Travex. It's usually a little yellow logo on the tag. I also pick up the First Ascent. But even those are, the Travex, even those are kind of borderline. But I do pick up some of those. Those are the 2 things I look for. Vintage Eddie Bauer that's got big time vintage vibes, I'll pick up too. I pick up some stuff from this brand. I don't think I've ever seen an 8XL in my life. I've been doing this a long time. Be 5 years in July. I've picked up a fair bit of king size in my day. It's a mediocre brand. I only pick it up in like 4XL plus typically, and I look for the more unique stuff. Thanks for the fires, Brian. Appreciate the gifts. That's kind of you. I don't think I've ever picked up an 8XL. I think the biggest I've ever sold is a 6XL. I don't think I've ever seen 7, and I think this is the first time I've seen 8 inch. Oh, you're gonna laugh. I don't know. This might be, I don't usually pick up the polos. It's just very plain. It's solid. You know, it's just a really common item, but I think that 8XL will push it up into high sell-through rate territory. I can probably get something like 18 or 20 bucks on this pretty quickly. But here's the thing. Look at this. I said I'd never seen a 7XL either. Right behind it. 7XL. I got my wish. So y'all, we got to keep saying things I'm not going to find, so I find them. What else am I not going to find? Arc'teryx today? Am I not going to find Filson? Could be some of that stuff. Give me a Brioni maybe. Where do you resell? eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, Grailed, and Facebook Marketplace. Welcome aboard Harry's Planet. 7XL long sleeve. King size is a mediocre brand. I pick up maybe 10% of what I see from it, but those are really big sizes. I usually look for the combination of really big, like 4XL plus, and unique. Those ones aren't unique. They're just like extra big. Here we go. 8XL t-shirt. I don't know. Now we're pushing it. I don't know about a long sleeve t-shirt. 8XL tall. What do y'all think? What's that? 15 bucks maybe at the best? Look at that, 8XL tall. Do you do electronics? I do, but I typically do those from garage sales. I don't pick up a lot of electronics at thrift stores. Garage sales, yes. Jeez, here's another one. I don't know. What do y'all think? 8XL? Yeah, I can lot these up, Reisner. 2 8XL tees together. These will be $4.99 a pop. The long sleeve t-shirts. So that's a lot right there. But I could also lot all of them up. 7XL, 8XL. I might be able to do that. Here's another king size, 7XL. It's like a king size live all of a sudden. They're all in good shape, it seems, too. I'll have to look them over a little bit more. It's a lot of material to look over on these, by the way, too. So that's kind of like a crew neck sweatshirt with a kind of that 90s, like solid horizontal stripe look to it. Reisner says, trust me, someone desperately needs those. Here's another one. This is another 8XL. I feel like if I buy one, I got to go all in and get all of them and just lot it up and see what happens. It'll be a fun experiment. I won't lose money, and maybe together we'll learn something here. So we're in it. As long as I'm going to look them over for stains. As long as those aren't stained, I'm buying them no matter what. I'm not going to comp research them, nothing. I'm buying them, and it's an experiment. We'll see. Do you buy Powder River Outfitters? Sorry, I don't know that brand. Should I be looking for that, Chezzy? Thanks for the follow, Sally. Yes, AWM, you got it, I think. I didn't count the X's, but I think you're on. I think you're on. And if your opinion is that you wouldn't pick them up, that's cool. I respect it. I love hearing y'all's opinion. Would you pick? Would you pass? Would you buy all those? Would you not? There's no right answer. Y'all all have different business models, like different amounts of capital to invest in things, different amount of storage space. Here's another one. I guess I'm in, right? When you're in, you're in. Another long sleeve t-shirt, 8XL. There it is. It is a king size lot. I did say that today's haul was going to be huge. I just didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know what I was getting into. Today's haul is huge. That's funny how that works out sometimes. You know, you got to say something catchy as you walk in, right? I don't pick these up. This is a Henley from LL Bean Modern that will sit in my store forever unless I price it at like 10 bucks. I pass on most Land's End. The only Land's End I really pick up is like goose down kind of stuff. Maybe a merino wool. Here's a North Face on an older tag. I don't do as well as on these as you might think. I definitely don't do well on them when they're stained up like that. That would be a pickup. Older tag, size XL, long sleeve. I don't know, probably a $20 to $25 shirt, but it's stained up and worn, so that's a pass. You sell online? I sell online. eBay, Poshmark, Depop, Mercari, Grailed, and Facebook Marketplace. Thanks for jumping in. Ricardo, appreciate you being here. That large size is hard to find, so thumbs up. There you go. Shirley, I'm with you on that. We're taking them home. It's an experiment. When's the last time you found, like, what is it, 6 or 7 8XL and 7XL shirts from the same brand at a thrift store? It's just a rare thing. Thrifting is fun. So that was a cool rack. Here's a Field and Stream. I usually don't pick up Field and Stream. I feel like I've sold this exact piece before. This one's a little rough shape though, unfortunately. I feel like I've sold this vest before. It's a polyester kind of insulated vest. It's a good size. It's a 2XL. There we are, 2XL. But it's just worn, so I think I've sold that piece before. I've been doing this for, it'll be 5 years in July. Sometimes it's odd what you remember. I feel like I've sold that exact one, but it was probably years ago. Do you list at each price individually, or is it an app for that? You can use the eBay app to look up market values. So look up sales over the last 90 days to see what items are selling for, and then you price based on your own business model. If you're a fast nickel, then you might price it lower than what you're seeing the average price. If you're a slow dime and you want to maximize, you might do it, you might price a little bit higher than what you're seeing on average. I already did that rack. So we're 3 racks through. That was our best, or 3 aisles through, 1, 2, 3. That was our best one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we got those 7 of those king sizes and really big sizes. I think we're gonna grab this Rugby Chaps, this Eddie Bauer. We'll probably pick that up. I'll look for these. I'll look for stains on all these, obviously, first too. And then this Ralph, this Chaps Ralph Lauren with the hit and the 90s vertical striping. I think I'm gonna pick that up. Might sell on Depop or Grailed or something. Got a Cabela's, more Cabela's. Anyway, that last rack got us 7, 8, 9, 10. None of those were home run items. That got us 11, actually. So that's the rack that turned us around. This went from a really slow start. The first 2 racks were 2 each. Boom, we got 11 mediocre items. We're off and running. Let's go to short sleeve shirts, y'all. Thank you, Abby, for the fires. Appreciate that. Sounds like a big guy cleaning his closet, and that the size brand options are slim. Exactly, yep. I think you are 100% right there. I never thought I'd say that, Lori, but you are 100% right. I'm kidding, of course. I am a dom at any speed. There you go. AWM with the next level professor knowledge right there. They say in human development that you can learn by like seeing somebody who's at a level above you, and you can sort of like start observing them and learning and kind of rise to their level. You can learn from them. But if they're 2 levels higher, that behavior you don't understand, and you can't bridge the gap. So AWM is 2 levels above the rest of us. He's just up there. We try to learn from him, but he's just too far ahead. It kind of had like fake vibes to it, but it is real. And Polo Ralph Lauren, nice color. It's a size large, which I don't like. We'll check the V's. Those are always ripped. That one has some subtle rips on that one. These are ripped like 50% of the time, just like that. This one's actually pretty mildly ripped. I would probably pick this up because this is an in-season color. And if I price it right, it'll sell pretty quickly right now. But this one's in kind of rough shape. It's really, really kind of like, you can just see the wear on it, the kind of the little rips on the V's. So here's another one, size large. I don't like this one as much as the last one, but somebody else might. Again, it's ripped right there on the V's. Probably donated by the same person. It's really pilly. It's showing its wear. So that's a really crowded market. I don't want to have kind of rough stuff in that market. AW, it's true. You know it's true. Check the events. Do you pick up Peter Millar with additional embroidery on them? I do. I don't like golf polos as much when they have logos that are like, I don't know, Joe's Gas or something like that, you know, like Mike's Heating and Cooling. I don't really like those logos as much, but if it's a country club logo, people are typically buying those that are golfers, or they're going to the country club, they're going to golf. Maybe they're going to the 19th hole to hang out with their golf buds. So yeah, I don't think those people mind the country club logo as much. Some of them will, but you only need one person to buy it, you know what I mean? One person's gonna be like, oh cool, it's a golf club logo. What's the best size? Bigger the better, brother. I think the big guy passed on. Do you list at eBay and Mercari Poshmark individually? I use Vendu to cross list. I have a link up in my profile if you if you touch on or click on, or I don't even know what you're supposed to say. Go to Chris at Peak up above. Go to that website. I got a link in the bio for Vendu. Been using Vendu for almost 2 years now. June next month will be 2 years on Vendu. Big fan of Vendu. With that link, you get a free trial so you can check it out yourself. If you like it, you'll get 25% off your first month with that link. All right, so here's a FootJoy. Here's a good test for you. It's a size large, which is a mediocre size, but golf polos are hot right now. It's in season. We have here what I think is a country club logo. That's what it looks like to me. Kenmore, I can't read it. You know, if you're gonna make a logo for yourself, at least make the logo, this is some branding advice for you. Make it something that people can freaking read. I can't even read that. Anyway, you didn't come here for branding advice. You came here to thrift with me. So here we go. Men's Golf Association. So it doesn't say like, you know, Mike's Heating and Cooling or something like that. Those tend to sell slow for me, but this I'm gonna pick up. I think that's a country club logo. And even the thing on the sleeve right here is about golf. Is any men gonna be pissed off that their golf sleeve says Men's Golf Association? I don't think so. Somebody will come around and buy it. Really, question mark. Sorry, Harry's Planet, I don't know what you're referring to. It's kind of tough when you got a bunch of comments in here and time passes between the time that you put the comment and don't put the comment. So I don't know what really is referring to, sorry. Vendu is a game changer for me, yeah. And there's other cross-listing softwares out there, by the way. You might check out the competition too. You know, when it comes down to it, all of those cross-listing softwares are pretty similar in the way that they work. It's just they're going to have different user interfaces. What is this? Smith & Watkins? Anyone know this brand? The shirt's torched. I'm not going to pick it up either way, but I'm curious if this is like a new brand that I should be on the lookout. Smith & Watkins. Anybody know? It's a polo shirt. It's cotton. It's nothing fancy. That's funny. This is not a Goodwill tag that's on that. That's something else. I don't know where that's from. Maybe another thrift store. I'm not going to pick it up, but I'm curious. Is that a good brand? Anyone know that one? Yeah, do your homework on the cross-listing software. If you do get cross-listing software, it becomes woven into the fabric of your business. You're going to use it every single day. Anytime you're listing, you're going to be using your cross-listing software. Anytime you're shipping, you're going to be delisting items using your cross-listing software. It's going to be at the heart of your daily activities. So test out a few different ones. See which one works for you. I've been using Vendu for 2 years. What I like about Vendu too is it has a pricing strategy based on tiers. So even somebody with a small business can get it for actually pretty inexpensive. It's based on how many items you list per month. So here's a king size that I'm gonna pass on. So typically when I pick up king size, I'm looking for 4XL and bigger and a nice pattern. This one has a nice pattern, but it's just an XL. And this is a brand all about big and tall. So XL tall is actually a small size for this brand. So I'm gonna pass on this one, even though I freaking love that pattern. Oh man, is that cool. I just find that the bigger sizes in this sell better. I don't know, I really like this. I'm gonna put it in the cart, I'm gonna think about it. If this was 4XLT, to me, this is a no-brainer. I list it for 20 bucks and that'll sell, but I usually don't pick up the smaller size. And it's totally on season. It's short sleeve right now too. Red, white, and blue. Exactly, 4th of July, Memorial Day. Delka's got it in the chat. What is the referral to the larger, better size in clothes? Okay. Okay, it's nice. Yeah, I like the pattern. I'd rock that shirt. Thanks y'all who are, I know there's folks like Reisner who are answering questions in the chat and adding their expertise and their color too. I know a few things, I don't know all the things. And frankly, sometimes I'm not able to keep up with all the chats. Appreciate everybody being here, and I do appreciate your comments and stuff. I used to pick these up all the time and they used to sell really well. I've just stopped picking them up. I don't know. I haven't picked them up in the last couple of years. What do y'all think? Size XL Oakley. It's in actually really sharp condition. It just doesn't have a nice pattern to it. I just feel like the resell on these has really gone down. Thanks, Rebecca, for the follow. I'm curious about y'all's opinion about Oakley. Things, there's a rise and fall, right? And like sell-through rates. And in resale value, it changes. You know, things come into style, out of style, brands get harder to get, easier to get. So they go up and down. I used to pick up Oakley, then I stopped, but it's been a couple years, so I don't know. Has it gone back up? Lion Creek said they've been selling on Posh for them. The Oakleys, huh? What's your gut tell you? $5, Cat. Oakley size XL, plain, but super good condition polo. What is this thing? Coast, Polly's Island, Winyao polo. Can't go wrong with a crab on your chest, right? The collar on this is messed up. Oakley is a tricky no. Okay. That's kind of where I was at. How can you tell Johnny O is authentic? I saw two yesterday, totally different from one another. I'll tell you what, those two Johnny O's you found, those are authentic. That's how you can tell. Nobody's making fake Johnny O's. You're good. Those are authentic. You just found a couple of different tags. That's not a brand that they're widespread faking. So I can say with 99.9% certainty your two Johnny O's were real. Oakley 15 to 20 plus shipping is what I see. You know what? Maybe I'll just pick one up. Here's another chaps. I'm going to pass on this one. Short sleeve polo shirt, size XL. Cool pattern, but that's just a modern thing. Modern, common thing. They'll sell for like nothing at Kohl's, super cheap. What's this here? St. Andrews. Pass on that. I might pick up that Oakley just cause, you know? I won't get rich off of it either way, but I'm curious to see if I price it aggressively at like $18 or something like that. Cross-listed on 5 platforms, see how quickly it goes. Everyone's favorite, the Chipotle t-shirts. Found some Jenko jeans and trying to figure out if they are authentic or not right now. They're probably real, I don't know. Fake Jenkos, has anyone come across fake Jenkos before? I'd be surprised. Could it happen? Sure. Is it likely? I don't think so. Oakley, size large, we're gonna throw it in the cart. Looks like it's in good shape. I'll look over everything a little bit more closely when I have 2 hands free. Right now, you're in the left one. Johnny O is not trendy enough to counterfeit. Yeah, it's not a big enough brand, really. Polo Ralph Lauren, I find fakes of those fairly commonly, but even those, it's like, I might find a fake once or twice a month, and I go to a lot of thrift stores. And that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest brands in the entire world, and they've been around forever. Johnny O is a younger brand. I don't even know if it's international. And it definitely doesn't have the distribution that Polo Ralph Lauren does. So to find a fake Johnny O would be super, super strange. I would bet against it. I'd bet heavy against it. There was a Johnny O and then Johnny O hanging out. Yep, that's Johnny O hanging out being one of their lines. Kind of a cool t-shirt on this here. I'm not going to try to start a political debate, but it's a hunting, fishing shirt. It's a cool tee. The American flag. It's stained up though and had a hole in it. Oakley tee, quick pass on that. What do we got here? Brian Nelson. There's that same logo. That Ken or whatever the heck it says, we can't read it. Nice branding. Talk to your graphic designer or your brand advisor. You need a better font. Passed on this shirt 2 weeks ago, the last time I was here. It's just worn out. I do pick these up, especially this time of year. They'll sell. Price them right, they'll go quick. FB Barcelona, this is all wrecked, worn out. I listed Jenko jeans on Mercari and they sold within 5 minutes. Jenko's hot right now. Super, super hot. It's hot like 1997 hot. That's how hot Jenko is right now. 1997 Jenko hot. Thanks everyone for being here. There's a million things you could be doing. A lot of those things you should be doing, so I appreciate you spending some time with me. Let me know if you're working alongside with me. This would be a nice pickup, except for it's stained and the collar is worn out. But I like those multicolor ponies a little bit better. Not a big difference, but I find a subtle difference in speed of sale on those. Here's another Polo Ralph Lauren, just worn out. Polo Ralph Lauren and Levi's are the only fakes I find. There you go. Everyone always asks me about Burberry suits, if they're fake or not. I'm like, that's really uncommon. That's a really uncommon thing. It's funny to me how many messages I get actually, or comments that people ask about, like if their suit or blazer is fake. I just don't think those things are faked that often. I don't see it. I've been selling suits and blazers a couple years now. I just don't see it. Always check these V's. That one's good. Let's try this one. That one's good. It's a size XL. That's a modern Polo Ralph Lauren tag. I don't love selling orange or yellow as much anymore, but this time of year, we'll give it a go. I wish I had all my old Jenko from high school. Here you go. Put those on mothballs for 20 years. You can do that with anything. It's like weigh-in style right now. Just wait 20 years, I guess 30, almost 30 years, 25 years. Wait 25 years, it'll be back. What will we be selling that's vintage, it's like hot right now, again in 25 years? Don't judge the cover, judge the content. Kind of like that. Should be a Chris at Peak Morning Time quote right there. If you're new to the live, new to the channel, I also do a live if you're like, what the heck, does this stuff actually sell? Well, I ship this stuff out. I do my orders every weekday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time live right here on TikTok. If you're watching the recording over on YouTube, you can go check those out on TikTok live, or you can see or you can watch live on YouTube at 10 o'clock. So I start the lives at 9:30, early bird special on TikTok, on YouTube, and Facebook. I kick it on at 10 o'clock. And all those recordings every day, those lives are up, recorded. You can watch them on YouTube or Facebook. You can watch them back. You can see exactly what's selling, exactly how much I'm getting for it, exactly how much I paid for it, how to ship those items, even international shipping, stuff like that we walk through. All the nitty-gritty. The inventory system, all that stuff that a lot of people don't talk about their business, behind-the-scenes stuff. We talk about that every morning. What about South Pole? South Pole's back. I picked up a pair of South Pole, was there South Pole? South Pole jeans a few weeks ago. They haven't sold yet, but I've been hearing a lot of people talk about South Pole being back. What is the brand you sell the most of? Probably Ralph Lauren, Polo Ralph Lauren, just because you find it so much. It's the biggest, one of the biggest, if not the biggest brands in the world. So I just find it a ton. So it's just a product of the supply for me at thrift stores and garage sales and stuff. I sell a lot of Wrangler. I sell a lot of Brooks Brothers. I sell a lot of, I don't know my own strength, just snap the hanger. Look at this. This definitely belongs in the men's section, you know what I mean? It's an easy mistake. Anyone could have made that mistake. Sell a lot of LL Bean. Sell a lot of FootJoy, Polo, Peter Millar. These are just things I find a lot of. What about Abercrombie? I do pick up some Abercrombie. I'm pretty selective in that brand. I'd say I probably pick up about, I don't know, 4% of what I come across in Abercrombie. Looking for vintage and looking for unique. That's pretty much it. LL Bean t-shirt. Nice t-shirt. Look at those moose having a good time. They're just playing. They're not fighting. What's this thing? So we're about to turn the corner into the smaller sizes. So we'll be more selective over here. What do we get off that rack? So we're just finishing a rack. We got one off that one. 2, 3 off the previous rack. So we're pretty much averaging 2 a rack besides that one that we got 11 off of. Doing okay. No home runs, I don't think yet. Just a lot of bread and butter. That's okay. When you get the bread and butter, you pick that up, the home runs will come. Maybe it's this rack. Do you change shipping or figure it in your... I charge shipping, yep. A shirt typically is $5.95 is what I charge for it. Jeans, $8.95. A blazer would be $10.95, and a suit would be $14.95. That's what I charge. Some people choose to do free shipping, and what they do is they just mark up the item price by $5.95 or $8.95 or $10.95 or $14.95. That's fine too. I've done it both ways. I used to do free shipping. switched back and forth a couple times, but I've been pretty consistent over the past, oops, dropped one. Been pretty consistent over the last, say, 2 or 3, probably 3 years now. I've been back on the charge shipping game. Here's a Columbia. It's a size small though. Really nice pattern on that, but I'm not going to touch the small, even though it's a super bonehead. I'm going to pass on that. Pass on that. Well, actually, I don't know. There we go. Typically, I'd pass on size small vineyard vines, even with the whale on the chest, which does help it move. But this one's a 91% nylon 9 spandex, so really like moisture wicking. Usually it's like a cotton spandex blend, but this is a nylon spandex blend, so good for the summertime. But new with tags is the kicker for this on me. I'm passing that size small. Most items that sit in my store the longest, that are like stuck and they're in there for years, typically are men's size small, but this one's new with tags. For $4.99, we're gonna go on that. Pretty cool find. Charge free shipping was not sound strategy. Yeah, there's some nuance to that conversation about the shipping thing, but I don't think the live thrift is that time for nuance. It's more of like a 9:30 over coffee. Watch one of those lives, we can talk about that kind of stuff. I'm not dodging the question, but there's a time and a place. It's just a cool shirt. Blue Tavern Island Chaps. We got a board shack. It's a nice scene. It's all stained up though. Just gotta say, maybe I'll take that for me. I kind of like the t-shirt. I'm trying to restock my t-shirts. I don't really have a lot of t-shirts. I really wish this one was my size. Keep it 100% agave. I've passed on this shirt now the last 3 times I've come here, and every time I'm like, I want this thing. Somebody send me that shirt in size large. I'll pay you for it. A Rush Limbaugh's t-shirt. Stand up for Betsy Ross. I remember that shirt too. I remember that Rush shirt too. I thought that's a human's seafood. Got some Steely Dan in the background. We'll probably get a copyright claim on YouTube on this. Tried free shoe. Do we tag? That's right. How much did you sell? How much did you sell in one last week? Crispy, I'm sorry. I don't know what their question's referring to. I'm sorry. I might have just not seen the comment on time and we moved on to other subjects. Sorry. Passed on this Cabela's a few times in a row. Here's a size medium polo. I usually pass on those, but that's a wrecked anyway. All of a sudden, y'all got quiet. That was a good time to ask a question. Size medium polo. Oh, see the V's? Ripped. Check those first. At least 50% of the thrifted polo, Ralph Lauren polos I find have those ripped V's. Learn it from me instead of learning it the way I did, where you get them home and you're like, darn it. Vineyard Vines. This shirt's just kind of worn out. I'd pick it up if it was in better condition. It's just worn. What does it mean if you say torched? Torched, wrecked. Bad condition. AWM's from South Korea. We gotta catch him up on pop culture. Duluth, medium tall. I might pass on this shirt, but it's a medium tall, which is kind of an interesting size, right? Because it's a smaller size, but it's that tall, which is kind of uncommon. Well, this made it easy for me. It's stained on the collar, so that's going back. But here's a Cabela's, might be the same thing, donated by the same person. Duluth and Cabela's are very similar brands. I like the pattern on this one too. It's not a, oh yeah, medium tall. I might price that to move quick. With that color, Short sleeve this time of year. I don't know, might have to go cheap, like 15 bucks or so, but it feels like that's what the thrift's giving us today, so that's what we're gonna take from the thrift today. The home runs aren't here, that's okay. We'll take what they have to offer. So we already went through this, we already went through this, right? Did we go through these? Yeah, we went through these. So I got one more short sleeve rack to go through. We'll get into some jeans. I didn't see any suits and blazers. They are confused because suits and blazers are about to start selling really well again after a little spring lull. They typically pick up for me right around now or over the next couple weeks and really into June and July as all those like summertime events and weddings that people start going to. So I don't know why the Goodwills are not carrying them all of a sudden. Because they're about to take off for sales. People are going to be looking for them. Here's another king size. This is a smaller size for king size, XL, tall. Do I like this pattern enough? I like the other pattern better. It's that pattern right there I liked better. Red, white, and blue, but do I like this one? I don't know. I almost feel like we're committed to just like hauling on king size today. I told you it's going to be a huge, huge haul. Just had no idea what I meant when I said it. I've passed on this shirt already a couple times. It's stained up in the sleeves and stuff. This would be a great find. It's a Polo Ralph Lauren Performance, which is the wicking, like polyester stuff. Big pony, big hit there. It's a really big size, but it's pretty worn out. And the big thing is it's got pit stains and it's white. So Woolrich, yeah, I'll pass on that. That's all stained up, back to back stained. King size and Cabela's all day. We hit. Do you do a lot of king size flipping Foresters? Where you at? I'm at Goodwill, Hendersonville, North Carolina. We're all going in together and buying you the 100% agave shirt. You come in every time. That shirt is sick. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't love the color, but the shirt is sick. Southern Tide piece here. Yeah, this is torched. Gotcha, AWM. Right now we got a pretty small crowd for these lives actually right now. Appreciate each and every one of you being here. That's cool. I'm just looking down. I don't usually look at the audience size too often, but this is pretty low compared to what I typically see when I glance. But that's cool. It means we can ask questions or make comments, and I'll be able to see them. Another polo. I found a lot of polo, Ralph Lauren polos today. Check the V's first. Nothing. Nothing. I don't love the color. It's kind of dull. It's a size XL, which is fine. Whoops. Good catch. Just wondering if this collar is just, I don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Like, you get this shirt under the photo lights and it tells a different story. I think I might get that. List that for like 19, 20 bucks. Get it moving pretty quickly here. Good time of year for something like that. I'll pass on these t-shirts, polo t-shirts. I'm sure there's money to be made here. I could even probably lot these up. I just don't know if it's worth. They're charging on these shirts. They're charging $4.99, even though they're t-shirts. My Goodwills here, the Goodwills of Northwest North Carolina. See that seam right there down the side? Check your t-shirt right now if you're wearing. If there's a seam down the side, Goodwill doesn't. They charge it as a regular shirt, which is $4.99 instead of a t-shirt, which would be $2.99. They say because it's got a seam down the side, even though we all know that this is a t-shirt, right? That's a t-shirt. You know it when you see it. They say, nope, it's got a seam down the side, so it's not a t-shirt, so it's $4.99. If these were $2.99, what I'd probably do is pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, and lot those together. They're all the same size, same model, all XLs. You can make some money there. But the problem is I'm gonna have to pay 20 bucks for these 4. I just don't think there's enough profit there. Let me know if you would pick that up. Here's another XL polo. Check the V's. That one's subtly ripped. This one's subtly ripped too. Also got some thrift dust on it. The collar's also worn out, so we're gonna pass on this one. Big Disney tee. Older tag here, Disney store tag, size XL. Again, this tee they're gonna want $5 for, so I'm gonna pass on it. Love that cool vintage look to it though. Howdy, Donald. I haven't been, so I used to pick up the Donald Trump shirts. I actually have a video, if you've seen those like back in the day videos, I have one from 2 years ago, exactly on this date. So it was, I guess, May 16th, 2021. And I found a new with tags one with a French cuff. I'm wondering if I'm gonna repost that video in the stories or if people are just gonna get really, really angry at me. But I think it's good content. So the Donald Trump shirts, I'm only picking them up if they're a really big size and French cuffs. Really, I'm looking for like, it's a really crowded market and with a really low sell-through rate. So in those types of items, you gotta find the unique stuff. So that's where the big sizes works. And that's why like things like French cuffs work and like bold colors, contrast collars, things like that. So Trump is not a brand I pick up most of. I'd say maybe I pick up 5% of what I see in that brand. New with tags would also be something that I would pick up for $5. And there's no political statements there. I'm just talking about sell-through rate and resale value. The other stuff, I don't care to talk about. 2XL Columbia polo. It's a cotton polo. Actually, really don't see these very often. Would you pick up a Columbia cotton polo? Look at the snap up front. Size 2XL Omni Wick, advanced evaporation. I typically pass on most Columbia, but I've been trying it out lately. Would you pick up this one? It's a polo shirt, cotton, probably a cotton blend. Working and learning at the same time. Love it and thanks. Yeah, Neil, appreciate having you here. Good time to ask questions right now. We got a little lull in the action, so to speak. Oh gosh, here we are. We're back into king size land. That's the theme for this live. So this one is an 8XL. The neck looks a little stretched. It's a short sleeve t-shirt. I don't know. I think we gotta buy it. That one's 8XL, the biggest shirt I've ever found. Now I found like, I don't know, what, 7 of them now? There's a 7XL right behind it. Same exact shirt. These were all definitely donated by the same person. I'm gonna probably lot these all up and see what happens. Be a nice test here. So 7XL. I think that's 8 of those we found now, and right on cue. Here's number 9. Same thing, same shirt. I could also list these multi-quantity too, but I think I'll lot them up because they're the same exact thing. This one's got the tag a little worn off. I don't know. 8XL. I guess I'm in it to win it. I guess I'm committed at this point. Those are the least attractive of the bunch that I picked up, only because they're the short sleeve t-shirts. Everything else had like a collar, or it was long sleeve, or it was both. That one's a short sleeve t-shirt. Again, this is a shirt that they're going to charge me $4.99 for, but I could have wadded these up with the other ones. If they were $2.99, I'd buy them. That would have been 5 Polo Ralph Lauren t-shirts, same size XL, same model. That would be a great strategy to buy those, lot them up, sell them, and there's more. Oh, what do we got here? So that one's stained up, but it's a big size. Look at that. But it's stained, so we're gonna pass on it. But look at this. This is what caught my eye. That little sticker right there, like it's new with tags, and that just might not be with tags. So it just might be new without tags. I think that's worth picking up, new without tags, if that 4XL T size pocket tee pony on the chest. Gosh, there's a lot of those today. It's kind of a weird collection of stuff today. Whoa, look at that one. Neil, that one's for you. Let me know if this is your size. It doesn't have a size on it, so it is your size. That's for you, Neil. I can't read if that's a size on it. I think that's yours, right? Yep, new other, or NWOT, new without tag. What is a good user 8876? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Sorry, you might want to rephrase. King size reminds me of big dogs. Yep, 100%. They usually don't have any kind of like logos or sayings on them. At least I've never found one like that. We might have to be in it to win it with these Oakleys too. No, not this one. It's white and it's ring around the collar, so we'll pass on that. Nike Golf. This is an older Nike Golf. We're gonna pass on that. Tough sell there. Really old tag Nike Golf. Polo Ralph 1. This is like we're finding like all this like kind of low end bread and butter stuff today, but just tons of it. Those V's are ripped. I feel like this is like on repeat. Just finding like the same stuff over and over. Polo t-shirts, Polo Ralph Lauren, polos, king size shirts, just like that on repeat. Carbon and Cobalt, I've passed on this so many times. It's stained. It had a brother that I picked up, and I think it already sold. I picked that up like 2 months ago. That shirt's brother that was unstained. Found 100% silk Disney Cruise line robe. That's sick. What a cool find. Thanks for sharing that. Chris does Vendu only, crossless, and D-lists. Yes, big fan of Vendu. Link in the profile if you're interested in checking it out. Doing a free trial. I always encourage people, do the free trials of these things. See if you like it. It's just like the conversation between the argument or conversation between Mac and Windows. Some people like Mac, some people like Windows. They really do the same thing at the end of the day. It's just kind of depends on which one that vibes with you the most, the interface. I typically pass on these Oakley golf polos. This one does have a pattern, which is nice. It also has stains and some wear, which is not nice, so we're definitely going to pass on it. That's a borderline thing for me, but it's been a borderline kind of day. It's been a huge borderline kind of day. Everything's big, 4XL, 8XL. I didn't know when I said it when we walked in. I said it's going to be a huge haul. I just didn't know what I meant by huge. Huge sizes. We're going to skim through the shorts probably really quick here. Looking for like golf shorts, maybe some Peter Millar kind of action here. I like finding the seersucker stuff, but just not that brand. Where can I research Disney adult clothing? If you're looking to look up values of your used clothing that you're finding, I think the best way is just look it up on eBay, search for the item, then sort it by used and sort it by sold, and that'll show you the sales for that item over the last 90 days. Simple, simple. That's what all us resellers do who do this for a living. We're always like researching items, just looking at the market price over the last 90 days. Anyone can do it. I have a North Face shirt sleeve button down with pattern. Got home and saw a small stain next to button. It's all right, it will still sell. It's always a bummer when it happens. Just price it at the bottom of the market. Disclose the stains or the flaws. Disclose it in the title. Disclose it in the photos. I do it with like a little pointer, my pen pointing at whatever the flaw is. And then disclose it, like describe it in your description too. So all three things. Price at the bottom of the market. You'll get a lot of views because your price will be really low, so people will click on it. Most people aren't going to buy it, but you only got one. So you only need one person to come buy it. It'll still sell. I sell flawed stuff all the time. I sold a FootJoy golf polo this morning for $19. It had a little stain on it. Sold it for $19 plus shipping. It's a bummer when that happens. It definitely hurts the value, but it doesn't mean it won't sell. It just means you got to change your price. People buy stuff that's flawed if they can, they don't care about a little stain or something like that, or a little hole, as long as they can get it really cheap. There's a whole, that's a different type of customer. And that customer is on eBay. They are on Poshmark. They're just looking for the best possible price, even if it means a stain. So you're all good. Shorts can be tougher this time of year because, it's warm here, it's springtime, and this is what the consumers are ripping through. They're looking at the shorts. I more want jackets, I want flannels, because I know the consumers aren't looking for those now, and I can get the good stuff for cheap. So we picked up some flannels today. Zelos, never heard of that brand. I'm assuming that's nothing. I hate when I find flaws, I don't see it's a thrift, but when I get home, I found one. Yeah, all the time, especially if you blast those bright photo lights onto things and you're like, oops, missed that. But it's better to catch it at home than after you shipped it to the customer, and then you get a return on your hands, which is a waste of money for shipping. It's also a waste of your time. It tends to be a waste of energy too. Like, usually get upset, like, oh, I missed it, I'm mad at myself. It's like just negative attention, right? Good to catch it at home. It's another reason to get you some good lights for your photos. It's going to help you sell stuff by having better lighting. You need to have better photos than your competition if you want this really common stuff to sell. Everything I have in my cart is super, super common. I'm going to have a ton of competition. I need to have better photos than my competition. I either need to have better photos or better pricing or both. But also those photo lights is a nice bonus, as you can find flaws before they get to your customer, because you just get that nice, bright, even light. If you're looking for some photo lights, the exact ones I use are linked in my profile. I have a whole reseller shopping list linked up in my profile. You can see all the things I use for photos, for measuring, for listing, all the softwares I use, photo room, Vendu to cross list, one shop to automate my sharing on Poshmark and on Depop. All that stuff's linked in my profile. This is half the battle. Finding good stuff, knowing what to look for, that's the front half. Then you gotta find out, then you gotta move it. Then you gotta list it, then you gotta get it sold, and then you gotta get it shipped. So this is the front half of the battle. Tends to be the more fun part. If you're interested in learning about that other half of the battle, I do a live every weekday morning, 9:30 Eastern time on TikTok. It's 10 o'clock Eastern time on Facebook and YouTube. The early bird special on TikTok is only because I go out to the garage. I pick all my orders out of the garage, and I can take TikTok on my phone. YouTube and Facebook, I'm live on my laptop. So if I carried my laptop out to the garage, I'd drop it, I'd break it, and that would suck. So we're through some shorts. Let's keep rocking. I just saw her put some shorts on this rack here. Fresh inventory. Here we go. Some Adidas golf shorts. Big size, it looks like, too. Nice. This is a good time of year for these. Size 44 Adidas golf shorts. Nice, nice, nice. Good find here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you see comps on the screen for all these things. So find similar items that sold, and you'll actually see recent sale prices. This is the right time of year to pick this up. Cool find there. What if you can't find a like item in a great selling brand? Then you probably just got to zoom out a little further. Your search is probably just too tight. So you're probably looking for something like a very specific pattern or a size. Just zoom out one level. Remove the size, remove the color, remove the pattern or something, and just see what similar items are. Based on what you said too, you said it in a great selling brand. That means it's selling out there. So you just got to zoom out and just look more broadly. Yes, there are some things within a brand that do tend to sell better, but if you can't find it, then you just got to zoom out a little bit and look more broadly at the brand. We already looked at the rest of this rack. I just watched her put some fresh stuff there, so I wanted to go through that. I'm glad I did, because we scored us some Adidas. I also noticed that they're pulling some stuff off a fresh rolling rack over there that I might try to go poach. They're usually cool about it here, so I just want to stay out of their way. Let's go to this fresh rack. She's bringing some stuff out, so we're gonna watch where she puts that stuff. Got it. Okay. There's one thrift store I go to where they get all kinds of upset if anybody comes and checks on this stuff. This store, they don't care. They just want to sell the stuff, right? Here's some Jordan shorts. What do you think about these? It's like a women's Jordan shorts. I'm gonna snag those. Are those worth any money? I don't really know much about women's. We'll grab those just in case. So this is the stuff that they just tagged. They're just putting out. Nobody's picked it over yet. Here's a Columbia medium rain jacket. I'm gonna pass on that. Not a bad jacket. What do you think about these? Do you find some of your customers are flippers, especially when you price low? Geez, I don't know that I priced that low that somebody would come in and flip my stuff. Even if I was pricing low at like 15 bucks, what's someone gonna do? Come and buy it at 15 and sell it for 25 and then have to pay shipping and fees? Like they'd be left with nothing. So no, I don't think flippers are really buying my stuff. If they are, I'd be like, hey, you should probably find another source. You're not making any money off this. I do tend to price pretty high on most items. So I cross-list onto 5 different platforms. I promote on eBay. I take really good photos. I include measurements of all my items. So I tend to, people will pay up for my items because they can see the photos really clearly. They can see what the item, what pattern is, the color, all that. That exudes confidence in a buyer. So sometimes they'll come up and buy my item for $4 cheaper than competition because the person looks at the listing and it's just like it doesn't exude trust, They're like, I don't know. It's kind of a sloppy listing. There's no measurements in here. I can't really tell from the photos what kind of condition it's in. They haven't really described the condition really well. And this person over here has got a really good feedback score, 100%. A lot of sales, really good photos. Looks like a professional seller, right? I mean, put yourselves in the eyes of a buyer. You got to pay an extra $3 or $4 for an item you really want. If you're like, this is a professional seller, good feedback, good photos, good measurements, like confidence, like that person's got to come through. So I can tend to price a little bit higher. But on low sell-through items, I try not to do that. I try to stay more in the middle of the market because otherwise there's just so many cheaper options for people. Competition's getting better, y'all. People are taking better photos. I see more photo room photos. I see better lighting more consistently. The competition's stepping up. They know it's not the old days of eBay and Poshmark where you can just slap just about anything up there and people will buy it. It's a crowded market, a lot of competition. So the competition's getting stronger. They're getting fit. They're getting more experienced. They're watching more content on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook and here on TikTok. They're learning. They're taking notes. And they're competing. You gotta step up your game too. See, I've passed on these a few times already. Thanks, Felix, for the raccoons. Nice of you, Felix. Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you always coming in, hanging out. What's up with your biz lately? Any cool sales? Any cool finds? What's the latest, Felix? What'd y'all think about those Jordan shorts? I still got those in the cart. I gotta make a call on those. Jordan women's running shorts with a Jumpman logo. Is that something I should be picking up? Oh, thanks for joining the team, by the way, Felix. We're up to 43 people on the team. If you haven't joined the team, you click that little heart thing up next to my name, and boom, you're on the team. Then you get these little quests and journeys. I don't know, journeys, quest, I don't know what it is, but it seems cool. Felix is on board. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for jeans. I'm looking for golf pants, especially golf pants this time of year. Thanks, Virginia girl, for joining the team, the Peak Squad. We've got a rugged squad coming together. So I'm looking for corduroys. I'm looking for good brands of just about anything, of course. I do pick up a lot of like khakis. I pick up a lot of Polo Ralph Lauren khakis actually, if they're in good shape and big sizes. I do sell a lot of Levi's. It's a high competition item, but I do sell a lot of them. It slows down this time of year. It'll pick back up in August and it will really kick back up in September. Jeans slow down. But like anything, the premium stuff from any category sells year round. So if you got really good jeans, good brands, good size, you know, desirable stuff, that stuff sells year round. It's the crowded markets, the not so great stuff. Levi's slow down for me. Like, without a doubt, they'll still sell, they'll just be slower. But I do ship internationally, so you get some international sales. We sold, oh, here we go. Boy, I don't know anything about this. I've never found king size shorts. But we sold a flannel today internationally to Australia. Good day, mate. I don't know about these. People gotta buy these. It's a 3XL. Typically my cutoff is 4XL on king size, but that's kind of arbitrary. 3XL is still pretty big. Cotton shorts with the cargo pockets. Can't find the joinery running shorts. Thanks for looking it up. Can't figure out the heart thing. You'll figure out AWM. You are a smart guy. I thought you're 2 levels above all of us. I thought you knew all this stuff. Tell me more about the Peak Blend. Felix is in the house. So if you, Peak Blend was launched today. Pre-order is today and tomorrow. So it's Kim and I's favorite coffee. It's roasted in Black Mountain, North Carolina, which is right outside of Asheville. It's about 30 minutes door to door from where we live. It's our favorite coffee. It has been for years. And yeah, it's a medium roast. It's delicious. Low acidity, mild hints of chocolate and sweetness. And it is available for sale. We can hang out every morning, drink the same exact coffee together. I think you'll really like it. This isn't like a play for me to just start selling coffee because I want to sell coffee. It's a local company, which is important to me. It's fair trade, it's organic, which means they treat the beans well. They treat the people that plant, harvest, and roast the beans well. That's the fair trade piece. Local company, they're good people. They've been good stewards in the community for a long time here in Asheville. Everybody knows them. So I want a chance to share our favorite coffee with y'all. The link is in the profile. You can even do a subscription. Best deal would be to do a 2 bags a month deal subscription. Here's a pair of Eddie Bauers. This dude just kind of threw them up here on here. Eddie Bauer. I don't think I've ever sold Eddie Bauer corduroys. Size 38, which is a nice big size. What do y'all think? I'm gonna throw that in the cart. Eddie Bauer corduroys. This is a big size in these Brooks Brothers. This is kind of a mediocre seller. Low sell-through rate kind of item, but it's a big size. Just a color like this, I'm just really making sure it's not stained. I'll have to look it over closely. Thanks for joining the team, Karina. Welcome aboard on Team Peak. Kat, thank you for coming in and ordering 2 bags of coffee. By ordering 2 bags, you definitely get the better deal because you end up saving about $5 on shipping than if you bought 2 bags individually and shipped them. So thank you, Kat, with that 2-pack deal. So we got some corduroys going in. We're kind of hauling out on just freaking bread and butter, mediocre stuff. I told you it was going to be a big haul. I just didn't know it was going to be all 4XL, 8XL, 7XL kind of stuff. That's not the big haul that I was thinking. Here's a Champion t-shirt that guy also threw back. I'm going to leave that there. Look, I've been putting this content out on TikTok and Instagram for almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years. June 20th, 2020 was my first video on TikTok and Instagram. And I've also subsequently been on Facebook and YouTube now. It's like, you know, it's time that I have my own product to share with y'all. And I think coffee is the best way to do it. So we'll share with you Kim and I's favorite coffee. We'll share the same cups together. I don't know if I should buy these Eddie Bauer. Yeah, I'm not going to get too carried away with the mediocre bread and butter haul. That's just me getting carried away. Victim of the moment. Josh and I are excited for our coffee. $8 to $10 for the king size shorts completed sale. Yikes. Yeah, those are too low. Okay, thanks. Never found king size shorts before. Sold a lot of shirts, never the shorts. So I guess we'll put those ones back. Oh, we got some field khaki from Dockers, new with tags. I'm gonna pass on those. There might be money to be made on those, but I try not to get too lured in by the mediocre, the below mediocre brand like Dockers. Just a tough sell-through rate brand. It's a very common brand. Nothing wrong. If you're wearing a pair of Dockers right now, they're great. but it's just like a Kohl's brand, right? You can get those for like 50% off brand new, like almost any time from somewhere. So I try not to get lured in by the new with tags on those anyway, because you can find new with tags, stuff like that, for like 20, 25 bucks all the time. Brand new from the store. It's tough when you're competing with retail. Even though my pictures are good, I put measurements in all my listings, I have a good seller rating. Somebody's got to buy from Kohl's over this bearded guy any day. I don't know. I look trustworthy, I think, though. Wouldn't you buy from me? Look at my shirt. I'm going to show you my shirt. I don't even know if you can see it. Anyway, thanks everybody for hanging out for a little bit. We still got some pants to go through. I don't think there's any blazers or suits today. That makes me sad. I just wanted to say hi. Do thrift stores ever say you can't film, or do they not care? I've never had anyone saying it. And I started doing live thrifts, like whenever they first came out with lives on TikTok, like probably 2 summers ago. I was doing lives at the thrift store way back then. I stopped for a while, but I've never had anybody say anything to me. I had the manager at one of the thrift stores I go to all the time in Asheville. She was like, "Hey, I noticed that you're filming whatever." She's like, it looks like you're on like Instagram or something. I was like, "Oh, I'm on TikTok right now, but you can find me on Instagram too." And she's like, "What's your name?" I showed her like the screen and everything, and it was on a live thrift. And she was like, "Oh, cool." I'm like, "Yeah, you can check me out, Chris at Peak." I see her in there all the time. She'll mention things like, "Oh, did you get some good film today," or something she'll say when she's cashing me out. If anything, this is good for the thrift stores. They just want to sell stuff. But of course, you always can find a grouchy person anywhere. I'm sure some stores people would get mad because, some people just don't really need a reason to get mad. I think the Jordan shorts are good to take 45 and over in Google. Sick. Thank you, Doka. I appreciate you doing this research for me. You're on Team Peak officially. All right, we got some Ralph Lauren. What do we got? Linen silk pants. Nice. 59% linen, 41 silk on that. 46B-32. So I'm guessing the 46B is 46 big. Oh, look at that. Yep, big and tall. Ralph Lauren, new with tags. Cool. Got a little thrift dust on it. I think that stuff will come right off. I don't think that's a stain. I think that's just... Yeah, I think that'll come right off. Little wet rag will knock that thing right off. Silk linen band, really big pants, 46-32. That's interesting. These are like dead stock. Like that's an older Polo Ralph Lauren tag, like probably at least 10 years old. New with tags. Kind of an interesting find. I don't think I'll get rich off of them, but I'll make some money. Just don't try it at the bins. Yeah, I've heard that from a couple different sources. Obviously from you a few times I've heard that, but that's interesting. I don't know why they get so... I'm sure there's a good explanation for it. Just nobody shared it with me why that would be a big deal. Jordan shorts are on eBay, $40 and up. Thanks, Shirley. I don't have a great haul today. I think we can learn more from Chris today. Oh, you're not going live? That's a bummer. All right, we're going to put these king-size shorts back thanks to someone's research that was kind enough. Nicole, thanks for your research. Oop, this isn't a shorts aisle. Thanks, Nicole. Appreciate that. And this helps me learn too, right? Learning what to pass on saves time too. So now I know I don't need to slow down at king-size cotton shorts anymore. I can just speed right on past them. That's the word. All right, what do we got? I think we've cleared everything I'm super interested in. I'll do a quick electronics spin. Always price up electronics. Like I don't want to pay 12 bucks for an untested Philips DVD player. One thing I always am on the lookout for is like DVD CD combo units, or DVD VHS combo units, kind of like this. These tend on average to have some good resale value. I don't know what they want for this one. It's a Toshiba. They're really easy to look up, by the way, too. There should be a model number. There it is. So the model number is here. I'll probably need somebody to look this up if you don't mind. It's a Toshiba DVR3. DVR3, Toshiba. So this is a DVD video recorder, a cassette recorder. So this actually might have some value to it. I don't know what they want for it, but if somebody could do me a little bit of homework there, DVR3. $15, which is a lot to spend for something that's untested, that literally might be junk. But I got a feeling about that one, Toshiba DVR3. I did not, no. I did not see that, nurse. Okay, you could show us what I'm getting mired up in the CDs looking for indie B-sides. Yeah, that's what's fun. There's so many different like little nooks and crannies and things to focus on as a reseller. There you go. There you go. CDs ain't my thing, but it's cool that it's your thing. Dare we take a quick spin through shoes? I don't think I've ever found shoes here. Maybe today is the day. Jeez, this is kind of, they want $150, so it looks like it's marked down on sale at $85 for this. Like who knows if anything works in that, but maybe it's somebody that's worth good money, but it seems like $85 would be a lot for something that may or may not work at the thrift store, and it would be a real pain in the butt to take that all the way home and test it, fill it up with water and realize it doesn't work and you paid $85 on it. Then have to like empty the water out, like load it back in your car, bring it back to the thrift store and return it. Seems like a strange thing to me. Dance clothes maybe here? They are. They're torched though. Yeah. After a little while, you start like just being able to notice shoes that are valuable. Just a quick look. Sometimes you're wrong and you think something's Keens and they're not. This looks like a pair of Cole Haans, but they're not.
Manager to the front, please. Manager to the front, please.
Pair of Rockport driving shoes. Pardon me. Mm-hmm. With remote and cords, comp $70. Oh, thanks for that. With remote and cords, $70. Okay. So probably without the remote, I have to price it under that. Call it $55. So I'm going to pay $15 to maybe sell something for $55. Spend some time. I'll have to spend some time testing it first, and then I'll have to spend some time shipping it. So 15 into 55. Shipping will be expensive. I'll have to pay fees on top of the shipping too. Looking at a profit of maybe $30 on that. 55, 10, 45. Looking at a profit of maybe $25 on the high end for that. So I'm going to pass on that. Thank you so much for that comp research, Reisner. You also have to factor in the risk of me taking it home and it not working, and that's a pain. I just wasted a bunch of time. Time is money. Also, that I send it to the buyer and the buyer changes their minds because it's a bunch of time. Time is money. Also, that I send it to the buyer and the buyer changes their minds because they can return just about anything. Then it comes back to me. I have to pay money for return shipping. So to me, once you start figuring out some of the risk, it could get broken in shipping and stuff, something like that too. Those aren't things you really have to worry about with clothing. So to me, that's like an easy pass. I'm not gonna maybe make $25 on something where a whole lot of things can go wrong at a bunch of the steps of the way, and they're all pretty high probability things. So a pair of women's 7.5 Keens. It's like a modern pair. This is a slick pair of Keen Dry, so that's waterproof. That's similar to Gore-Tex. That's just Keen's version of Gore-Tex. Their proprietary waterproof layer. You can see the waterproof layer on the inside right there. That's that like herringbone-ish looking pattern on the inside. So good brand here. They're in good shape. I don't know what they want for the shoes. I think they're flat prates since there's no tag on them. So adult, $5.99 on those. That's a buy. That's a buy. Shoes, by the way, if you don't flip shoes, they are, I think, the easiest way to get started. I got started with clothing and then I got into shoes second. It was so much quicker to learn shoes because all you do is you look up the model number. You can look up the model number of any shoe. Clothes don't usually have that. So it's like a cheat code. You just look at you can look up the model number. That'll tell you what the model name is, and then just search for the model name, look at sales history. Easy, easy. Shoes tend to sell faster on average than do clothing. And that's objective. You would see me selling a lot more shoes than I do. I just don't freaking find them very often around here. I found them in Denver all the time. Probably like 40% of my sales were shoes at one point in time. Now it's like 2%. I just don't find them like I used to. I sold those before, I think, for about 30 bucks. Nice. I'd take 30 for those. I have a feeling they're probably a little more because of the...
Can I have a manager to the front, please?
Manager to the front. I think they could sell for a little bit more. That Keen Dry tends to help the sale price. 7.5 isn't the best women's size. It's not the worst. Actually, it's a pretty good women's size. What am I saying? It's a bad men's size. I'll just take a quick spin through here. Typically, I usually don't spend more than a minute looking for like Starbucks, not that Starbucks. Looking for like Yetis, Turbis, a few brands like that. Swell is another one. Just a quick spin. I don't know. I don't think this is anything. Life Factory. Just a quick spin. Sometimes you can buy something for $1 or $2 and flip it for 15 or 20. Easy listing, easy shipping, no cleaning, no measuring. What do we have here? Well, let's park this little cart here. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. Get all the wood clubs. Okay, so we got brand new shoes, prices as marked. So this is either going to be hilarious or it's going to be awesome. Get your bets in. Get your bets in, hilarious or awesome. Let's see what the prices are. Okay, $6. I don't know what that brand is. I think these are no name brands. I never heard of those. Women's shoes, $5.99. Could be the mother load. There you go. Yeah, I just think these are no-name brand shoes. It's like China specials. Yeah, there you go, made in China. I don't think these are anything, but there might be some stuff. What do we got here? Simony fashion shoes. Yeah, I think this is gonna be hilarious. Oh, look at those. Yeah, hilarious is right. Steve, these are for you, brother. These are so you. I don't know if they're your size. Let me know what your size is down below. I'll check, see if they have these, but I think these are you, Steve. Okay, I don't know where these came from. Be curious just to know where they got, what truck they got those off of. Looks like more of the same kind of thing, like these no name. They came off all the same truck. Kind of no brand name on them. They want $25 for these. Oh yeah, Dr. Heather wants these. Those are fab. Steve, the mother load. Steve, this is your mother load. This is your jam, all these. Okay, I do see some Adidas. We'll look at those. So these are fashion shoes. Steve shoes. I don't know what that is. Harpe Lundy, probably nothing. Zuri flats, I don't think they're anything. All right, so we got some Adidas in this sea of China specials. We got $40 for, I don't know what that says. Air Eek. I don't know what the F-R-E-A-K. F-R-E-A-K. So we can look them up by the model number here. Obviously can't, but you can. Freak 20 is the model name on these. Freak 20s. I have a feeling these aren't buy at $40. Freak 20 Adidas size US 9, $40. I can't scan anything because I'm live, brother Steve. You just have to look it up. Freak 20 is the model on it. Men's 9.5, Freak 20s. So I think this is just gonna be hilarious. Here we go. Air Peaks, there we go. Mr. Thriftastic, I found your boots, brother. There you are. Rock those. Look at that. Just dominating life in those. At Goodwill in Hendersonville, North Carolina. This is still Goodwill. I tipped him free trying to get back to this live. That's the funniest thing you've said this week, AWM. Universal Threads, we're gonna pass. That's what, like I think that's a Walmart brand, maybe? Universal Threads. All right, well that was hilarious. And for good measure, an empty, well, it's not empty. Oh, it is empty. That's like the pump thing on the top, on the inside. A $3 empty Heinz tomato ketchup. I mean, people just lining up to buy that. That is, oh, what do we got? We got more. Some more China specials, $25. They're waterproof, so says the thing on them. China specials. Yeah, sure, those are waterproof. We got some more Adidas, $15 on a pair of Adidas slides. And just a whole bunch, I think more, unless somebody knows something I don't, these look like more like China specials here. North Icky. Everyone's favorite brand of winter boots. North Icky. Or Nort Hikey, or is it North Icky? Harper Lunde comps for 50 to 100. Are you serious? They're not China specials? What about North Icky? It sounds like somebody who doesn't speak English that tried to come up with an English brand name, and they came up with North Icky. So you're telling me 50 to 100 on the Harper Lundies. Where were those? These ones here. $15 for Harper Lundy. Well, it's one shoe. How much for one?
Pardon me.
Oh yeah, man, sorry.
The other one's right here.
Oh, gotcha, cool.
Don't know why somebody put it there.
Are those yours?
No.
They
I don't know why somebody put it there.
I got it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Welcome. Where's that point that out? Because we don't sell just the one.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that. AWM, they literally say made in China on them. All right, I'll get these out of the way. Get this thing out of the way. Flip this camera. Here we are, we're back. Appreciate everybody hanging out for a little bit. That was fun. I didn't realize when I said at the beginning that this is going to be a huge haul. And what I meant by huge haul is a bunch of huge sizes, 7XL, 8XL, really a bunch of like mediocre brand stuff, but I think those big sizes could help us. Anyway, interesting haul, got some interesting stuff. If you missed some of this, you want to go back and rewatch it, it'll be up on YouTube. It'll be up tomorrow at 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Thanks everybody for the likes here, 6.5 thousand likes, appreciate that a ton. If you haven't checked out the coffee, I'm excited to launch the coffee. Pre-order is today and tomorrow. I think it's the best coffee in North Carolina, maybe the best in the Southeast, but that's subjective. We think so, we really like it. We hope you'll like it too. Peace, I hope everybody has an awesome day. We'll see you next time. So right after I logged off from the live, I found a couple items on the fresh racks, the rolling racks. So there we go, Carhartt size 54 relaxed fit. Just like kind of utility pants, khaki pants. And same thing, another one, same color, same size, 54, 32. Great find on those, really big size. Carhartt hit on the back. Again, the utility